Stop staring at your inbox expecting a text message speed. We live in an age where communication is supposed to be instant, yet there's still that frustrating lag between hitting send and seeing the dot arrive. Today, we're diving into the history of digital correspondence to uncover why email was never actually designed for real-time chat. You'll learn how network architecture shaped our modern habits, why hops kill speed, and the surprising technical reasons your boss's reply isn't as immediate as you hope. Stick around because understanding this difference might just change how you manage your workflow forever. Let's start with the physical reality of where emails live. When you type a message and hit send, that data doesn't teleport directly to your friend's device like a laser beam in a sci-fi movie. Instead, it embarks on a journey across a vast network of servers, often passing through multiple intermediaries known as hops. In most cases, the sender's system hands off the message to a relay server, which might forward it to another regional hub before it finally reaches the recipient's mail server. This multi-server path isn't a bug. It's a feature designed for reliability and scalability. However, this architecture creates an inherent delay that chat apps simply don't have. Instant messaging services are built on a completely different philosophy. They demand immediate delivery or they discard the attempt entirely. If an IM message doesn't arrive in one go, the program forgets it and moves on, prioritizing speed over guaranteed receipt. Email is the opposite. It's highly reliable but not always fast. Because every hop requires verification, storage, and routing logic, a message can traverse several servers before landing in your inbox. While some messages do arrive within seconds, especially if you send to an account on the same local network, the complexity of this multi-step process means that character-by-character streaming is impossible. The system has to buffer the entire message, verify the path, and then transmit it as a complete unit. The second factor keeping email from feeling instant lies in how these systems handle data processing. Instant messaging platforms operate on a model where latency is unacceptable. If you type hello and press enter, the message must appear on your friend's screen within milliseconds, or the connection feels broken. To achieve this, IM protocols prioritize low-latency transmission over robust error checking. They assume that if a packet gets lost, it will be retried quickly by the application layer itself, often without user knowledge. Email, conversely, treats every message as a transactional event that requires completion before it is considered sent. The process involves finalizing headers, scanning for attachments, and ensuring the protocol handshake between servers is perfect. This processing time adds up. Even if the physical transmission of data takes only a fraction of a second over fiber optics, the computational overhead at each server stop introduces delays that accumulate. You might notice this when sending an email to a standard account versus a complex corporate address. The former often feels nearly immediate because it travels short distances with fewer checks, while the latter navigates a maze of security gateways and spam filters before ever reaching your inbox. This fundamental difference in processing philosophy means email is optimized for accuracy and delivery guarantees, whereas chat apps are optimized for speed and immediacy. Here's where things get interesting because the technology didn't evolve to meet our expectations. Rather, we evolved to expect more from a tool that wasn't built for it. There was a time when instant meant waiting minutes or even hours for a response. People understood that email was asynchronous, a method of leaving notes in a digital Dropbox rather than having a conversation in real time. But as mobile technology advanced and smartphones became the primary interface, the psychological contract shifted. We began treating our email clients like instant messengers, expecting replies within seconds and feeling anxious when they didn't arrive immediately. This mismatch created a flood of frustration. Senders started demanding instant responses from busy professionals, not realizing that the medium itself wasn't capable of supporting that rhythm without breaking its core design principles. The irony is that even as email speeds have increased due to better infrastructure, the expectation for instantaneity has only grown louder. People are starting to listen to advice that reminds them, politely but clearly, that email isn't designed for instant communications. Yet we continue to demand it, leading to a culture of constant connectivity where the lack of an immediate notification feels like personal rejection. The technology is reliable and fast enough by most standards, but it was never intended to mimic the heartbeat of real-time chat. So, how do we navigate this reality without losing our minds? The answer lies in recognizing the strengths of each tool and using them for what they were actually designed for. If you need a quick yes or no, use instant messaging. It's built for that back-and-forth flow where speed is the currency. But if you're sending complex data, detailed arguments, or anything requiring a record-keeping trail, email remains superior because of its reliability and structure. The practical takeaway is to stop measuring email against chat apps. When you send an important message, give it room to breathe. Understand that some messages will take seconds to arrive, while others might take minutes as they navigate complex server paths. But they are almost always on their way if the network allows. Don't let the lack of immediate feedback drive your workflow. Instead, build processes that account for these inherent delays. By respecting the architecture of email and leveraging its reliability rather than fighting against its latency, you can maintain professional effectiveness without the stress of expecting a text message response from a formal correspondence channel. In the end, the lesson is clear. Email was never meant to be instant. Its strength lies in its reliability across complex networks, ensuring your message arrives intact even if it takes a few extra seconds to get there. Don't let the speed of chat apps dictate your expectations for digital correspondence. Use the right tool for the job, give email the time it needs to process, and stop waiting on an inbox that wasn't built for real-time conversations. If you found this dive into digital history useful, hit that like button and subscribe for more insights into how technology shapes our daily lives. Let me know in the comments what tools you rely on most for instant communication versus formal messaging.